Our first guest tonight is a four-time Oscar-nominated actor and writer you know from many great films. You can see him now as a used bookshop owner turned amateur detective in the new series, The Lowdown. Watch it Tuesdays on FX. Please welcome Ethan Hawke.
I duded it up for you.
You look good. You live in Brooklyn, right?
I live in, but when you just said that, I'm like, why didn't you have me on then? I wouldn't have saved me the flight,
It's
you know?
really bad planning, because you did fly out here for this.
Yeah, and then there was like some weird delay. You were like, I didn't get to go on when I was supposed to go.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know. I don't watch the news much, so I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, you were a victim of the preemption. Well, I'm glad you made it out here.
Well, I'm glad to have you back in the United States of America.
Were you told that I left?
Well, I was told you were sent to a Russian gulag, but luckily, you're back.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's hard to tell the difference now between the gulags and the United States.
But last night was amazing, and we're all really proud of you.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Well, I'm very happy that you're here. And how have you been? How have you been holding up during these?
All right, can I distract you from your troubles?
Yeah. Tell me about your troubles.
With all the headline stealing you've been doing, I did want to come out here and say that a great person passed, and I didn't see it in the news much. One of the heroes of my life was Robert Redford.
Yeah, you're right. You know what?
I think it's relevant for a couple of reasons. One of when I was a kid and I was looking, as a boy, and I was thinking, what does it mean to be an American man? And I looked at Robert Redford, I looked at his best friend Paul Newman, and I said those are two men. Those are people that use their power, their privilege, and their good fortune to empower other people. And it made a tremendous impact on my life. Newman's Own gave away hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's right.
The Sundance Institute.
Yeah.
I'm here tonight promoting a show called The Lowdown with one of the most talented young directors I've ever met, who got his nurturing and care and development from what? The Sundance Institute. Like so many filmmakers.
Wow.
When Before Sunrise came out and nobody liked it, you know who liked it? Robert Redford liked it, and he used it to open the 1994-1995 Sundance Film Festival. He was a champion of other people, and he understood how to use his power to empower others.
How did you meet him?
I auditioned for A River Runs Through It. This is a true story. You ready for it?
Can I tell you the story? That's one of my favorite movies. Okay.
So this is the life of a young actor. It's tough. It's amazing. You get an audition for Robert Redford, right?
Yeah.
I get this little speech I'm supposed to memorize, and it's really long. It's like a page and a half long. And I stay up all night working on this speech. I'm working on it. I come into the audition. I'm half an hour early, right? Sitting in a chair like this. They let me in. Mr. Redford, I'll see you now. And I'd been in Dead Poets Society, and so I'd been in some things enough to get the audition, right? But I walked in the room, he shook my hand, he said, "Hey, Ethan, I hear you're from Austin." He knew my name, and he knew where I was from. My brain started to break. Like, how does he? Then I look behind him. Behind him, he's got framed, right behind him is the pistols from Butch Cassidy. Right? He's got the prop pistols framed back there. He's got the skis from Downhill Racer. He has a poster from The Candidate over there, right? And I'm like, all right, I love that movie. There's like the weird raccoon hat from Jeremiah Johnson. I'm like, are you kidding me? And he goes, so you ready to read? And I was like, to be totally honest, sir, I think I'm starstruck. Like I'm not sure I can breathe right now. And if I could just have 60 seconds to step out of the room and come back in again, I'll be ready. And he goes, sure. Gladys, see Ethan, he wants to come back tomorrow. I don't want to come back tomorrow. Dude, I didn't sleep all night. Now I've got the same speech to come in. So, okay, I go back to my apartment and I'll work on the speech some more.
So he sent you home?
Oh my God, it was torture.
Oh,
okay?
boy.
Absolute torture. I come back in, I say, as soon as I see him, I say, can we read? He said, absolutely. I do the audition, and he's really cool. He looks at me and he goes, I'm an actor. I was like, yeah, I know. And he said, I always give actors a second chance. I give them some notes and I let them try it one more time to see what they're made of. But you nailed it, and you're gonna have a great career, and you're too young for this part. but it was a pleasure to meet you. And I walked out of there just kind of stunned by it was because he's an actor, he knew he just saved me weeks of worrying. It hurt not to get the part,
Yeah.
to know it immediately,
Yeah.
say it to my face, but it was the truth. And he also said something nice, right?
Yeah.
So he said I'm gonna have a real career. I didn't get the part. You know, I couldn't be sure whether I felt good or bad. And then a couple months later, I'm doing a play in a 99-seat house. I'm talking $10 a ticket. And guess who walks in the back? Robert Redford.
Wow.
Came to see me in this little tiny off-Broadway theater. He came back, and afterwards, he came backstage and said, "Good job. I tell you, keep doing what you're doing. It's gonna go great."
Did you know he was in the theater when you were doing the show, when you were doing the play?
I didn't know till after.
You didn't? Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
really good, really good, super good.
The whole audience
Yeah.
would have had to wait till tomorrow.
And then
That could have been inconvenient.
I have a couple. Then the punchline of the story is then when they premiered Before Sunrise, I got to go skiing with him.
You did?
Yeah, and then he kind of kept in touch. And can I tell you the last words he ever said to me?
Yeah.
He said, "Stop wearing a cowboy hat. People think you're losing your hair."
Really?
Yeah, it was about 18 months ago or something like that. So I wanted to bring him up because he's a legend.
And he didn't get enough attention for as
He got
great
plenty
as
of attention. He
was.
would be the first one to say he got plenty of attention.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not about
yeah.
that. What I think he deserves the attention for is the kind of human being he was. And it was a leadership in not just my life, but in my entire community's life. And when you do the good that you have the power to do, that's all any of us have to do. And I thought he led his life by
He
example.
did. Did he get to see the documentary you made about Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward? Did he get to see that?
I asked him about it, and he said that he missed Paul too much.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was too hard to watch.
Yeah.
Oh.
I said, and then I had a really funny thing because he's kind of a gruff guy. I said, well, what'd you miss about him?
Uh-huh.
Him? All right, dumb question. All right, yeah.
Well, yeah, we missed, all of it, I guess.
Yeah, right?
All right, well, we're going to take a break, and we're going to see a little clip from
That's a good
this
idea.
show that really, in a lot of ways, Robert Redford is responsible
Yeah,
for.
in a lot of ways.
The show is called The Lowdown. Ethan Hawke is here. We'll be right back.
I thought you'd be into second chances for lowly ex-cons, considering you won yourself.
It's okay, Dad. I know you went to jail. Mom told me.
What, she told you that?
All I overheard her talking to Johnny.
Oh, great. She told Johnny
Well,
that.
she said it was a week.
Yeah, it was 4 days, all right, and a
Okay.
morning.
Okay, she didn't say what you did.
Lord, I went and done it now.
He's just, jail's not as bad as you think, all right? There's a lot of good people in jail. Nelson Mandela, Muhammad Ali, Martin Luther King.
Okay, so great black men of history?
All right, Merle Haggard, Chet Baker, Oscar Wilde.
Charles Manson.
If you don't go to jail, you're doing it wrong.
That is Ethan Hawke in The Lowdown. A new show that will be on Tuesdays on FX and Hulu as well, and created by Sterlin Harjo, who's here right now,
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Sterlin
Sterling
is here. Sterlin, if you don't know.
Yeah, he's hiding around
hiding
here somewhere.
somewhere, but he created the show Reservation Dogs.
Yeah, Reservation
which
Dogs
is a
is-
great show
is a brilliant
and
show,
didn't
yeah.
get enough attention. Is that how you met from watching that show?
I became a fan of the show, and I watched it. I knew there was something really special happening, and I would write him letters and tell him how great it was. And he said, "Hey, do you want to be on the show?" And so for the second to last episode, I got the privilege of being on Reservation Dogs. Went down there to Tulsa, met this unbelievable community, and out of that came the idea of The Lowdown.
And that is where this show is set.
It's set in Tulsa,
Oklahoma, where we are not on the air tonight.
Oh, you're not?
So, yeah.
Tulsa
Tulsa gets a shout out that they cannot hear.
Let me tell you something about that. That's unfortunate because I live in Brooklyn, where you're going.
Uh-huh.
My kids go to school in Brooklyn, and we went down to Tulsa to shoot there for about 5-6 months. And so I put them in school in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And there were so many amazing, wonderful people that made us food and welcomed us and treated us with respect and treated my kids with respect
Sure.
and great teachers.
Why not?
You know what's funny? It's crazy. You go to Brooklyn, there's amazing people. You go to Tulsa, there are amazing people. We're not as different as everybody makes
No,
it
of
sound.
course not.
okay?
Of course not.
And it's really it's really frustrating, you know, because my kids were like, their friends are like, "You're going to Tulsa."
Oh yeah. They get like,
You know
oh,
what I mean?
What?
And then they get to Tulsa and like, "You live in Brooklyn? You seem okay."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, we're okay. You seem okay too. You want to sleep over? Yeah. You know, let's stay up all
Yeah,
night."
I have a friend who lives up in Montana, and every time he comes to LA, they're like, you know, hey, be careful. They got a lot of people have guns down there. And then when people hear he's going up to Montana, they're like, doesn't everyone have guns up there?
I know.
Yeah. So you're saying we need to learn more about each other and communicate.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So your
that's
character-
not a revolutionary idea.
Your character owns a bookstore.
Yes, true.
And which is a sexy role just to start with, right? And calls
Well, it's not to a lot of people, and I think you might be teasing me, but
I
it's
am
sexy
teasing
to
you.
me, man.
It's called. He calls himself a truth historian,
A true story, yes.
which
Well-
means what exactly?
Well, it's the intersection of you don't know the truth if you don't know history. What I like about Lee, my character, is it's also not a word, okay? And he doesn't really make sense, and he's a hot mess, okay?
Okay.
But he's onto something about the truth. Now, if you notice in the little clip, I've got like a Band-Aid here and a Band-Aid here and that kind of
Your
stuff.
character gets beat up.
Beat up
a lot.
And you may or may not know this. Sometimes if you tell the truth to people with money and power, you get punched in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't have to be somebody with money and power. Could just be a big mad guy on the corner.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And is it more fun to do a fight scene when you're beating the guy up or getting beat up, or does it make any difference at all?
Wow, that's a weird question.
Yeah.
Well, I like things that are funny. So I think it's kind of, if you're being the person beating up, you have to act real tough and like, you know, you have to
Right.
be real, you know. And if you're getting beat up, you can cry and whine, and it's kind of funny.
It's
so I
fun.
like.
So you like to be beaten?
Now, let me say this. I've been acting a long time. I enjoy a balance. Okay? How's that for an answer?
That's a good answer, yeah. So, boy, a lot of Tulsa is like a booming community now as far as filming stuff goes, huh?
Well, I hope so. We're hoping to. We made a great show there. I had one of the best times of my life, and I wouldn't be out here if I didn't love this show. And
You didn't even have to come out here. We could have seen you in Brooklyn. I think that was what we
by
learned
the way,
earlier.
I leave you. I'm on the phone to my agent. Like, who planned this?
You know what? Forget your agent. Phone your travel agent,
Yeah,
because
all right.
that is the person who screwed this whole thing up. Well, it's great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. I love that story about Robert Redford. It's this new show. It's called The Lowdown. Tuesdays, 9 o'clock, FX, and the following day on Hulu.